Welcome everybody to the finals of the 4th MetaPlace monthly SpellForce 3 tournament in the north of Evergreen Forest. We have got our tournament champion, many times tournament champion. This is Saitama playing as the Trolls.
And in the south, playing also as the Trolls, we have Levatus, but he is in his ever-present pink.
Both players are going to be going with the Plaguebringer, which is pretty standard in the matchup. You just need that range, and your units will be doing the tanking anyways. Gets really potent as the game goes on. And there's a lot of weakening options. Actually, the last patch has restored the Tiring Attacks AoE effect. So just for basic attacks, you get automatic weakening, which is also very useful on this map to use against the big golems.
Both players going to be taking out that middle sector. Interestingly, though, Saitama took the left side sector first and then went middle.
Well, if it works,
slightly different route.
If it works, it works. He's also gotten the Infect building skill, which I've never seen used before in a competitive match since Trolls have launched. We've seen it at first, but then people kind of stopped doing that as the Plaguebringer lost the double power on the staff.
He's using it right now to keep the eye banner from upgrading.
It's not gonna work.
He wasn't right there in time, though.
You know what? I think if he goes straight down the middle, it would have been fine.
But he stopped off to get that sector on the left side first, and that proved to be the undoing for his attempted build. I like it, though. I think it's really cool. Teleport now going to come in as Levatus comes back to stop Saitama from killing all of his workers. Plaguebringer going to have to chug a couple potions. When all is said and done, things are relatively even, although there is a Smasher here that is going to be continuing to hurt these villagers here for the side of Levatus, which means that as long as Saitama stays here, he's preventing creeping and he's doing economic damage, which is always nice.
Saitama's Plaguebringer is actually taking a lot of damage from Levatus's, which is awkward. Can't stay around for too long. Wonder what he picked up there. So it's just potions. Right now, Levatus has a little bit fewer, but he's actually picked up some totems so as to use that against Saitama's hero. Or did I get that the wrong way around? No, it's correct. I also like the early battling because it means that Saitama can't leech off of these workers. It's gonna infect building and whatever, but it's gonna take a while for that to actually destroy a tree chopper and whatever. Looks like it would take 4 casts.
For the time being, as long as he doesn't actually lose any workers to the harassment, the infect building doesn't actually accomplish too much. And as long as the Levatus is here to chase the Plaguebringer away, there shouldn't be any long-term damage from this harassment. So very well done from Levatus to minimize this damage.
Well, bring around the rosy time, I guess, for the next 5 minutes.
This is forcing several potions out of Saitama. He's had to chug at least 3 so far.
Oh, he's only got 1 left.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I actually do feel like this might be more damaging than helpful for Saitama. I think he's spending more than he's gaining by continuing up this harassment, and he agrees he's going to teleport back home and head back to his normal creeping.
Well, the one thing he's got for himself is that his second base is already done. That's not the case for Levatus. So the idle time definitely got something done. I just don't know if the lack of potions is worth it. This Plaguebringer might die a lot later.
Either that or have to sacrifice something like additional, gear in favor of buying more potions, which would put him at a disadvantage. But either way, I agree. I don't think that the damage done was worth losing out on that much gold. Speaking of, slight advantage at the moment for Levatus. He's managed to pick up his 5th base. Well, Saitama's still only on 4. He is creeping the 5th one, but a little bit ahead in the rotation is Levatus for the time being. So he'll be happy to know about that. Puts him in a better position to potentially go take out these Medusae or put pressure on his opponent. It looks like it's going to be the latter. It looks like he's going to head up to his opponent's 3rd base.
It does look to me like this eye banner should finish. It's gonna be very close, but I think it should finish. Oh! So unlucky, Levatus. If he had just 5 more seconds, he would have destroyed the flag.
Gonna be forced to retreat as the arrows aren't strong, but they're strong enough. Keep these crushers and smashers away.
Oh, no way he's doing that. Levatus is going for the big boy. Or not.
He thought about it for 1 second.
I mean, I'd really like him to get the tiring attack first. He's going for it. Oh my god. Getting the guard totems down. That's not something I've seen before, with just 3 smashers. It's gonna take a lot of AoE here.
I mean, it might work. The guard totems are going to be here for another 2 minutes. The only issue is that he's going to have a limited health pool in order for this to bait this golem from. Like, Plaguebringer is already getting low. In fact, he's out of health potions now. That is all of them gone.
1 more.
So,
and is that gonna be enough? It looks like it's gonna be enough. The totem are insane. They're actually so good.
as long as he's careful about managing the aggro and which smashers get taken, he's actually going to do this. That's crazy.
Whoa.
Level 5 is reached.
Now let's see if Saitama knows of this strat. It doesn't look like he's got the totems himself. He's just gonna go for it with what he's got. He's got tiring attack.
He also has more health potions, so his hero can afford to tank for a lot longer because he didn't have to burn all his health potions.
Sure, but here comes Levatus. He's gonna interrupt this.
He is. What an excellent creep jack coming in here. And there's no way you can afford to get this lower because Levatus will just steal it. Ooh!
That was nasty.
One goes down.
All right. That was a fantastic start there by Levatus for sure. Adamantium Golem heals up at the speed of light.
Look at him go.
No one mess with this guy anymore.
No kidding. He's a monster. Oh, the Plaguebringer tried to go back in, got a little bit greedy, might get surrounded. No, but he will take a lot of damage. Will manage to escape, though.
Funnily, the Smasher Slow didn't go through there. But yeah, what does Saitama have? Tiring Attack is on level 2. Meanwhile, Levatus is just happily healing up his smashers, and he's gathering a little bit from the scrap pile, the giant scrap pile. It's got 350 in it.
We were mentioning on this map earlier, there are giant scrap piles here, and that is very helpful for the trolls.
I think Levatus reapplied the plague to the smasher after he got hit. So I believe that the plague orb now removes the plague status or disease, and he basically reapplied it to make sure the unit dies. So nice.
He's buying a lot of time here. He's already up to level 5 himself, so as far as he's concerned, the more time he can waste of Saitama's, the better. As long as he doesn't lose this hero himself, all of his smashers are basically full health again. but he has no health potions to get this Plaguebringer back up to full health again. Ooh, free kills though.
He almost got one there. Saitama's gonna be eating the golem damage, and the golem is basically full health. Like, he's not really able to touch that thing. But a lot more smashers are coming in. It's kind of awkward.
Honestly, could see a tier 2 transition pretty soon here from Levatus if he's wanted to. He's got the resources, he just has to actually click the button.
Oh, speaking of, I actually never checked what item he got. He got the Amulet of Omnipotence, but he didn't equip it. Oh, that's unlucky. Should really equip that. But that's great that he's picking up all these extra bases. That's going to be coming in so helpful. As time passes by, we got the first bunch of Skull Crushers. Those will be able to tank a little bit better, but everybody for Saitama is bleeding. This is the time of Levatus to strike. No, he's gonna let it happen.
Want to get done that's so important, he feels like he can let this go. I guess he's taking these Medusas on the left side. I feel like you still had a lot of you could get done here, but I guess Levatus disagrees. One Crusher did go down on the side of Saitama to this Golem, so that's always a big loss when you're trolls.
Oh, we got the pullback micro, and the Golem is not going to get in another attack. Level 6 now for Saitama. Finds the Ring of the Sacred Rite, so those cooldowns are going to come in super useful there as well. Gets Tiring Attack level 3, and Plague Orb, and Feast on Disease 2, and Plague Disease 2. This Plaguebringer is ready to bring the plague.
And Levatus didn't end up doing anything with that time. All of his smashers walked to the left and then turned around and walked back. And all that the Plaguebringer did was walk to the shop and buy things. So the Medusas weren't taken, and the Golem got let go, you know, quote unquote, for free. So a bit of a misplay there by Saitama, missing out on some value and not really getting anything in exchange.
Yeah, look, now his units are going to be upgraded, which means that they're going to be back to full health, and some progress were going to be needed anyway, so that's awesome. Levatus is trying to get out 10 Skull Crushers, but that's going to take some time for sure. Bringing in all of the scrap.
And the army of Saitama is here with the stacked level 6 Plaguebringer behind them. They're looking to put the hurt onto Levatus, taking down the hitting camp before all of the troops can be turned into Skull Crushers. And potentially this Eye of the Tribe going to be taken out as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, but the Plaguebringer is definitely in trouble with all these negative resists. Got the better armor now. He's got a Plague Orb of his own. This player's trading away with what they've got. Hitting camps are coming up. Levatus is gonna make 2 actually, because he can. He's got the resources for now. Saitama has more though, and actually sending home a ton of people to get upgraded. Would actually like to see more throwers from him too. Yeah, he's queuing a bunch.
Levatus still in a little bit of trouble. Saitama has not given up his designs to try and siege down this base, still keeping his troops in the area, but his troops are not that healthy.
Dude, Levatus is stealing the scrap of Saitama.
Where?
in the home sector, in the side sector. But Saitama is like, jackpot. Get wrecked.
Oh, that hurts.
You don't disrespect Saitama like that.
Now at last the Medusas on the left side going to be taken by Levatus. After quite a while we thought they were going to be taken earlier, but now they finally will, and level 6 is at last picked up for Levatus. He's finally going to be on an even talent tier with his opponent.
Just to put things into perspective, those 3 scrappers cost the same as 10 smashers. Sorry, five smashers. Five.
Yeah, that makes no sense. But yeah, I still don't know if that's enough that you really want to be donating that to your enemy like that. Just
Absolutely
for a couple
not.
Of cheeky scraps.
Absolutely not. Levatus still has scraps at home, actually. I think. Yeah, there it is. In the Medusa sector. And he's got the other golem sector anyway as well. So that was very unsafe.
I love the way he walked all of his troops up to the Eye of the Tribe before clicking on it. That way that the attack notification comes to Saitama at the last possible second. Not going to result in the kill of the sector, but it would have been really cool.
Well, Saitama's teleport back was terrible. He didn't bring his boys. That's gonna be a problem.
Looks like Levatus is just now realizing that, going, hey, your army's not here, so thank you. Free base.
Yeah, and he can just teleport out and go for the other side or whatever. Is he even gonna do that? Or just sticking around and... Plaguebringer is low.
Try and take the eye banner for himself, but yeah, that's going to result in the Plaguebringer getting hurt quite a bit, and the teleport out comes at a heavy cost. Look at all of those dead pink units.
That's 6-2. Not a great trade.
No, because what he got for it was he put down his own eye banner for about 2 seconds, and then Saitama replaced it anyway. So I think he definitely should have just left immediately after the army showed up.
Well, both players have a strong heart for the tribe, so tier 2 is in, and they can upgrade their sectors further now. Starting to get Shrines of Mugwa and setting up for that late game with the magic units soon. Saitama already has 18 offerings, by the way, so for now he's just going to take down the Eye of the Tribe. He's got a huge population lead there.
Boom. And Saitama says, hey, I like that thing you do where you just walk in and kill a base. I think I can do that too. And I think this positioning actually favors Saitama in terms of the amount of DPS. He's got more surface area for his units to do damage. I don't think this is a fight Levatus really wants to be taking. Level 7 comes in for Saitama's Plaguebringer, and all of the troops are going down.
Oof, yeah, he even got a corpse explosion to finish it off. At level 7, that's gotta be at level 2 already. Yep. Oh no! Oh no! Levatus has lost like 9 of them this game.
This is not looking great. That's a couple bad trades Levatus has taken in a row, and also lost out on a lot of money in scrappers. Eye of the Tribe is finished in that base as well, so it's actually starting to take down the troll buildings all on its lonesome. And he's going to take another sector right beneath it.
Well, Levatus is trying to defend, but there's a lot more units here than what he has brought. So I think Saitama can once again take it. He's using another Corpse Harvest. It's gonna take care of at least one of these Skull Crushers. The others remain lower health. And that should be the end of the Plaguebringer. Saitama is at level 8.
No kidding, that's crazy. He did lose quite a bit in the latter stages of that fight. He had a lot of low health Skull Crushers that went in and got themselves killed. But, oh, the damage is so big that it doesn't even matter. Levatus throws in the towel, GG, and game 1 goes to Saitama.
Tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, never do that with your scrappers again.
That's the lyric. I remember that song.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's official. Copyright striked. here we go with game 2. Levatus is Dark Elves. And let's see what he's going with. It's going to be a Reaper.
Very nice. Seen a lot of the Reaper today from the Dark Elves. In the other corner, playing as the Orcs, we have Saitama, who has picked up the newly buffed Goblin Warlock.
This could be a pretty tough match for the Dark Elves. This is, typically speaking, an Orc home map, with the Trolls potentially being able to wear them down. But yeah, here comes... It's a well-practiced thing that Saitama does. He already put in the Revenant Archer, so Levatus best just skip this ensign entirely. Let them destroy it, move on, and get the sector later. It's fine.
Full play coming out in the early stages from Saitama. Also got himself early up to level 2 and has 2 sectors already on his side. The 2 creeping paths of the 2 players are going to put them on a collision course. They're about to meet up right here in this middle sector.
Oh, very nice for Levatus that he gets to get this ensign at least. Gonna put a stop to the Warlock grabbing every sector on the way. But bad news for Levatus. These undead are still around. Oh, Saitama just ignores them? No way. Nah, he's gonna get a share of this. Yeah, there we go.
There's no reason not to. He doesn't have any damage coming his way. I mean, there's the undead slaps, but that's nothing. He'll be fine without that. And so he might as well steal away as much experience from Levatus as he can before he rotates into the base and forces the woodcutter to ring the bell.
They actually managed to dodge the chain lightning. So, you know, really good reaction times here are gonna be heavily rewarding. Are we gonna see the Orc Tower Rush now?
He does have the sector in position to do that if he wants to, but there's too many undead here slapping away at the clan standard. I don't know that it will live long enough for the tower to come up.
Oh!
Especially if the Reaper commits to this himself. What did he just buy?
He just bought all the totems. It means Saitama can't.
Oh.
And he's
Shot
gonna be...
control is a beast.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be bullied out of here, although the guard totems are so close to each other. Chain lightning is threatening to them. Warlock is just hiding outside of range. I don't know about this Levatus. This totem thing did not work out, but he did stop the harassment at least, so that's very nice. And Saitama is now on a lower sector count, actually.
Yeah, that play with the totems was cute, but I don't know that it ended up working out too much in his favor.
Yeah, do you think he had already enough with just the Reaper and the Skellies? Oh. Oh, he used the teleport to get into position with the totems. Now they're helping against the Revenants. This is a million IQ.
What a genius. All his real IRL stat points went into intelligence as he gets this additional sector upgrading from the scouting post. The hunting cabin now going to make sure that he has plenty of food to continue producing those tarantulas. After all, they only cost food. And that's going to be a great early game harassment unit, as the Dark Elves do tend to want to rush as much as they possibly can. Even if it's not an outright, like, all-in build, they do like to put on early pressure. As level 3 gets reached here for Levatus.
Yeah, man, gotta buy all that time for the cool late game, as it takes forever for the Dark Elves to set up a tier 2, so just make use of your tier 1, really. It's also good. Transition period is what's awkward.
That is the difficult part. You spend so much time building into tier 1, and then you have to commit a large amount of resources to tier 2, and it won't pay off for quite some time because you have to wait for the upgrade to finish and then wait for iron to get in, and then you can start building things that are tier 2 units, you know? Orcs, they don't bother with any of that stuff. They just get all the units all the time, swarm you, and you die. I like this play, though, from Levatus, sending the zombies out to tear down this clan standard in the middle of the map here. I think they'll get it. They have enough time on them. Yeah, they should definitely pick that up. So, going to be forced to rotate back there at some point or another is Saitama in order to regain control of that sector. Oh, the upgrade to the scouting post saved the sector. Well done, Saitama. Wow, the Goblin has just sucked up every single sector on the map here. He has everything, doesn't he?
Yeah, this is the tough part about orcs. So now that Saitama has the resources, he can start working on all these flags and get those rolling. It doesn't even matter if he's a little inefficient. Eventually, he'll be able to upgrade them. Maybe Levatus will destroy one or two, but that's fine. This map is enormous. And
The orcs do love to go wide.
yeah,
This map
and right
favors that
here,
very much.
right here, you can just pump out the wargs. Like, your income for food is gonna be bonkers, and you're gonna need all the ways you can spend that, so lots of population is being avoided by all these bases. And we should be seeing the wargs soon. Then whenever Saitama can, he can also click up to tier 2, get the warg upgrade once he has iron. Then he's basically got fast infiltrators.
It's going to look really, really good for him, especially because those infiltrators can, you know, they're very powerful, but they have some hard counters, and the orcs are definitely able to exploit those hard counters if they get the correct units out. And Saitama's got the game sense to know how to get that done as a multi-time tournament winner.
Oh, we got Lingering Curse from the Reaper getting used on the Revenants. I like that a lot.
That is interesting. This camp should put him up to level 5, giving him the abilities he needs in order to make those poor goblin, what are they called? Goblin...
Scoundrel?
Scoundrels. There we go.
Yeah.
I wanted to say scrapper, but I knew that wasn't right. Make the scoundrels disappear. Yeah, that Kiss of Nor will tear through them.
Oh, he still needs a little bit of XP, just a tiny little bit. One more camp is right next, so if he can realize that, then Saitama won't be coming over to take it away. He's already level 5, and he's got the Bound Inferno Golem. Wonder what else he's picked. We got 1 point in Totemic Might. We've got the Chain Lightning level 2. I'd actually like to see the full level Totemic Might, because it gives you armored, empowered, and regenerating to everybody affected, so that's pretty big.
Oh no, look, this camp is going to get taken away before Levatus can get to it, which means that level 5 will continue to evade him.
He was messing around too much.
And buildings don't give XP, so that clan standard isn't going to result in far too much. And now he's going to have to retreat to save this scouting post because the orc army has arrived.
Yeah.
He's not teleporting.
This is a huge issue. Because now the units aren't with him even. And even though if he weakens this Bound Inferno Golem with everything he's got, I don't think that's going to be enough. The Borg Riders are targeting down the hero the best they can. Frontier Outpost is up for Levatus, but he's in tier 1, so that's the end of the line for that.
That was strange. Why did Levatus TP in without most of his army? That was so weird. The hero went in with only 1 spider for backup.
Well, I guess he held, so it's not too bad of a situation. Some of these scoundrels still have Lingering Curse on them. But as weakened as they are, he can't really do damage without Kiss of Nor.
That still is out of reach for the time being, as the Reaper's still stuck on 4. I don't know that you really want to stick around here as Saitama. You're not going to take down this frontier post with just scoundrels. And if you continue feeding kills, this Reaper will get up to 5. I think you're better off retreating and continuing to creep up your own hero somewhere else.
There's the level 5.
There you go. You stuck around too long, and you gave the free level 5 to your opponent.
Well,
Holy cow, look at the Orcish army. Look at all of those scoundrels.
62 scoundrel and 3 Warg Riders. So the Warg Rider upgrade is gonna start very, very soon. That's gonna be a nice little addition there. Saitama still hasn't spent his points. He's holding 2 points there. Kiss of Nor goes down, does a ton of damage to the scoundrel there, but no kills as far as I can tell.
As long as they're careful about where they stand. Huge bleeding for those scoundrels. Oh, that hurts.
That was mega painful, and the golem actually gets taken down by the Dark Elves here. Another one comes in, however.
Immediately resummoned. And even though the frontier post stays up, the army is really starting to suffer from Levatus, getting shredded through right here.
Yeah, the population count is starting to look pretty good for the Dark Elves. Like, they've got the higher quality stuff, right? And so long as there's a weakening plus Kiss of Nor here, that's just a naked Kiss of Nor. Still kills a lot, though. The bleeding will finish off a lot of other units, and Levatus can just use the Godstone to retreat with, while the frontier post will be picking off a lot of these units. Yeah, look how much time he's buying like this. So he's gonna upgrade to a fortified. Ooh, good move by Saitama.
Yeah, he parks the golem right at the entrance to the Godstone to prevent them from getting out and to do fire damage to anybody who gets in the way, but moves too far forward, does the Goblin Warlock, and he goes down. And now so will the golem.
Lingering Curse is so good there. The Frontier Outpost upgrades to fortified one. And Saitama does have to get out of here, at least with the Borg. But I think with everything, to be honest, Levatus holds. Oh my goodness. Where is that Reaper? I must see what he's got. Level 6. Level 6 and 2 ability points, so we should see Corruption 2 and potentially Deep Waters 3, I guess, just to be able to keep spamming those things. Right, you probably don't want to fight Saitama out in the open. That's a lot of work. And they're just as good as the Infiltrators. Actually, they have more health. What about the attack speed?
A little bit better.
Yeah.
Faster.
Yeah, they have less range, I think, at 100. 0.4 attacks per second. So Infiltrators have more DPS and more range. But less health. And less speed. Basically equivalent units, but with slight differences.
And look at the mini-map. That really gives you a great indication for how penned in Levatus is right now. Like, Saitama controls everything he wants to. There's even sectors in the back he could take if he wanted to.
Yeah.
He hasn't.
Yeah, he doesn't need to, right? He still has a handful of flags. Well, one flag. But still, that's actually a big deal. His resources are handled very nicely. I guess he's losing units, so he has population space to make more. Levatus gets the fortified outpost. Where is the Reaper? He went shopping. I wonder what he was getting there. Hopefully the armor. Yep. He's got the armor and should be able to protect the base as it's upgrading to a border fortress. His army is coming back in, but this base is kind of surrounded right now. Will need the Kiss of Nor. Doesn't use weakening with it.
Going to get any kills immediately, but the Guardian will be forced back for the time being. A lot of damage being put into this fortified outpost, but they're losing a ton of Goblins scoundrels for it in exchange, and I don't think that was a worthwhile trade. Look at all the yellow right underneath the border fortress. And that was all free because they were busy hitting the border fortress while the Dark Elves hit them.
Yep, just cost a little bit of repair money. Otherwise, Levatus is essentially good to go. The Borg are kind of getting their value here. I mean, it's nice to be able to make something with all this food, right? The Orcs are gathering it super fast, and they're gonna strip this map empty of food soon. But then they have to switch to farming. That's not quite as fast.
But one thing that does fit into Saitama's favor is that he has more of the map than Levatus does. So if we're talking about long-term play and who has more resources in the late game, it will always be Saitama as long as he can control this much of the map.
Yeah, Orcs are not gonna run out until well past the hour mark. So 1 hour 30 minutes maybe, but I've never cast a game that long yet. So this map, Orcs running out, it just doesn't compute.
Although Saitama does look just a little bit indecisive right now, trying to decide where to go with his army, kind of moving forward and then backing up several times, trying to figure out what exactly he would like to make as his plan of attack. He does have a very healthy population, nearly at 200 out of 200, but so does our Dark Elf. and this isn't really his preferred section of fighting right here out with all of these scoundrels getting weakened by the Reaper.
Yes, agreed, but the Brutes have separated and they're going after that frontier post, doing a lot of work. We've seen an excellent Kiss of Nor, I think, just off screen for me. But yeah, the Reaper gets to level 7 with that. The Sleepers are providing a great front line to the Warg. And they won't be able to make this happen.
You lose one sector on this frontier post, sure, but you also lose all the Brutes and a good chunk of your other army to all of these infiltrators. So was that really a worthwhile trade?
I would say not. Too many of these Brutes have gone down, and Levatus might just get this base back. Still, lots of souls here to harvest from. And all for a bunch of spiders and an outpost. This is not great for Saitama. He's down to 100 population. Dark Elves are almost at 200. How are you going to deal with this Death Ball?
I'm not sure. I think you need some late game style units to really kind of tear through a lot of these weaklings that you can see here from the Dark Elf army. A large portion of this, right, is infiltrators, and a lot of it is spiders. So you need something that can do big area damage to take out these infiltrators and spiders. Maybe magic, maybe more brutes, because infiltrators do have a minus resistance to melee attacks. But something like that has got to be done, or these things will just eat you alive.
Yeah, brutes would be quite nice to keep adding, and maybe even the Ravagers would be an okay addition, but as the Sleepers start to grow in number, that's not an option, and that Kiss of Nor was once again epic.
A lot of orcs going down as they try to retreat here, heading north, then deciding nope, heading south, heading west. The Dark Elf army is just everywhere in all the right places at all the right times, and they are punishing Saitama for sticking around for too long heavily. He's dropped down to 144 pop, while the Dark Elf is still sitting very comfortably at 200.
I bet the Sleepers have been upgraded as well. The Hunters are doing their best to snipe them, but they're gonna eat another Kiss of Nor there. Oh.
This frontier post definitely going to fall, meaning all of this eco going to fall with it. Are you kidding? Just finish it off. You were so close. Wow.
A blood
wow,
shower.
Saitama going to save it at the last second.
Did you see those infiltrators just absolutely smacking that golem? Oh my goodness. There's so many of them.
I can't believe it's going to live.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like, even the infiltrators could shoot that. There we go.
There we go. My goodness.
That's better.
And I think, despite heavy losses from the side of the Dark Elf, you have enough infiltrators left that you still are happy with this trade. Because what these infiltrators do is they essentially create a zone around the Reaper that says, you enter this, you die. It's a kill field. And so unless you have a hard counter to those infiltrators, you can't go in. As long as there are this many of them. They've reached too high of a critical mass.
Yeah, man, Levatus is playing this insanely well. He's keeping a Reaper safe. The Reaper, by the way, has blood armor, so he has an extra 1,000 health right there.
He's also level 8 compared to the Goblin level 6. So,
Oof.
4 extra talents in his pocket, making him real beefy.
Keeps picking off all these RTS units for just a little bit of mana. And his regeneration is actually through the roof. What's going on with that? So he's got a triple Deep Waters and 4 Arcane Force points, that's why. And he's even gotten himself a concentration point.
Man, another fortified outpost falls. I feel like Levatus just perfectly hit the transition timing where he had Dark Elf tier 2. He pounced at the exact right moment before there was a really great tier 2 transition from the Orc. And that meant that he had the upper hand, and he hasn't let off the gas since. It's just really well played from him in knowing his timings and knowing when he has a weak point that he can press on.
It's just Warg. He can totally take this.
Yeah, despite the fact that this is a great concave from Saitama, there's just so much range damage And the Ward Rider has, I mean, decent range resist. It's 10, but it's not great. When you have that many infiltrators, it just doesn't really matter.
Yeah, those Bloodforge upgrades are definitely coming in super useful. Now they've surpassed the stats of an infiltrator, right? So that's awesome, but I mean, yeah, these units are melting, dude. It's rough stuff. The Dark Elves have a lot of better units now, like the sleepers.
Yeah, sleepers are in. I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe Scions. That would be really good. Scions could just eat through the remainder of these goblins with a couple detonations. But I don't even know if they're necessary. I mean, the infiltrators are just doing so much work. That's a great chain lightning to pick off lots of low health infiltrators. But I think the goblin's going to need about 4 more of those before he really is able to push back this army.
Level 9 Reaper. How do you even beat that thing? Twisted ones are out. The Dark Elf tier 3 is kicking in. The wood is gone in the main. And supposedly Levatus is going to need a little bit more of that to really get his infrastructure rolling. But everywhere he goes, he takes down orc bases and takes them over. So pretty good stuff. The Twisted ones are going to drain the Goblin Warlock's focus. He can't cast anything.
Which really hurts because that's, you know, he's not like a brute warrior hero like your Warrior of the Depths or your Wolfguard Commander. He's a spellcaster, so those hidden ones, or excuse me, twisted ones are basically a hard counter to the Goblin Warlock. Another really juicy chain lightning getting through, taking out lots of these sleepers, but they do so much piercing bleed damage. Look at the troops evaporate from Saitama when the sleepers get on top of them.
Yep, it was an okay trade for Saitama resource-wise, but like the numbers matter right now, and Levatus has the momentum. These Twisted ones are absolutely hard countering the hero, like you said. So that's gonna be an increasingly big problem. Not something the Occultist has to deal with on the Orc side, as he doesn't even have focus.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see this exact same matchup played, but with an occultist instead of a Goblin Warrior. But at this point, the die is cast, and there are so many formerly Orc sectors that have been replaced with all pink. It just has to feel like he's just kind of being choked out at this point. Like, where does Saitama go to find a way back into this?
I'm not sure he can. When the Dark Elves have more sectors than you, you know their spam is never gonna end, and they can just keep throwing these tier 3 units at you, knowing that it's gonna continue forever. All this echo harvesting that's going on, the Twisted ones will just keep coming.
A lot of good spells are being cast by Saitama. He's starting to kind of thin out the ranks of you know, Levatus a little bit, but the difference is that Levatus can continue to produce. If you look at the minimap, there is a stream of pink units heading towards the battle site, whereas yellow does not have the same. There are 1 or 2 units trickling in every couple minutes.
Oh no, the club! It's not gonna be happening. Okay, Saitama taps out. I thought we were gonna see an enormous Kiss of Nor, but not this game. But yeah, like you said, replacing those infiltrators with better stuff like sleepers was actually in Levatus' interest there. So losing the units in the fight was okay for him.
Yeah, and Saitama just didn't have the eco to keep up, couldn't replace his own units quick enough. He was starting to get some higher level things like the Wyverns in there, but when it came down to it, he just had not enough pop.
Welcome to game 3 of the finals of the MetaPlays Monthly Tournament number 4. This is Saitama playing as the Orcs.
And over on the right side, taking the dwarves, it is Levatus. He's been quite flexible today. We've seen him on just about a little bit of everything.
Yeah, trolls, dark elves, dwarfs. Man can do it
Humans?
all. Humans.
Wasn't he on humans earlier today? Maybe I was wrong.
I think not today, but he does play humans sometimes. Like he's pretty good with them too. Should be no problem. Now I'm curious, is this Goblin Warlock gonna end up in the stone mine area? That would be brutal. We've all seen how good his hero his worker harassment is. At the moment working on these Godstone sectors. And Saitama's build already just 5 lumber mills and I assume 2 hunting cabins, but he might do like a stone cutter early or something. Probably not. We'll see. Hey, the Mole Rider actually finds the hero.
Nice. Gonna be great to have the information that that's there.
Yeah,
you
don't
can harass if you'd like to.
You probably don't want to do that. Just because this poison thing is so strong. Nearly did 200 damage. Wow.
Levatus once again going with the Warrior of the Depths. No
It's his thing.
love for the High Hierophant today.
Gets smacked a little bit by the Tempest Golem. But yeah, I'm not sure. The High Hierophant is a little risky against the Orcs, I guess, because of the Occultist. But if Saitama doesn't go for the Occultist, that's not a problem. It sure is great at deleting Scoundrel.
I have to see if that ends up being something he wished he had as the game goes on. But for the time being, Goblin Warlock handling himself just fine, creeping up a lot of these camps and getting that orc-wide playstyle starting to get up and rolling. But the middle sectors have been taken by Levatus, and we talked in games past about how much of a big deal that is when you have these maps where you can split it evenly down the middle. So that will hopefully for Levatus end up playing out well for him. He'll have a strong foothold that he can hold the middle of the map from.
Gotta love the Mole Rider just stealing the experience and also slowing down the hero so he can't come over very easily. The clan standard is gonna be taken down by the Warrior of the Depths. Very cool.
And immediately replaced with a Stonefall. Excellent little play coming out there from Levatus. Now, it will result in the Goblin Warlock taking an XP lead, but that...
Did we disconnect? No.
Me?
We're back. Sorry for the internet hiccup. This is just... one more year of this, then I'm moving out. You were saying something about levels, and then you cut out.
Oh, apologies. I was saying that the Goblin Warlock has a little bit of an experience lead right now, but what was given up for that is superior map control. So using that, Levatus should be able to get himself back into equal parity now that he holds more than half of the map on his own.
Oh, so you don't need to apologize. This is just my internet's problem. All good.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
We've got a Charburner in the main. I really like that from Levatus. This time he didn't go for the double hunting cabin. A lot more stable on this map. Allows you to play a little bit longer tier 1s.
Hero has been located once again. Don't lose the Mole Rider. You gotta be real careful.
It's too late.
Oh!
He almost got out though.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that poison to stop, but it did.
Gonna turn around, try and kill the clan standard and take this back for themselves though. The dwarf would love this. It would give them a complete surround on the little wedge of space that the orc currently occupies, and they will get that done.
This is actually great news for the dwarves so far. They've got so many sectors. Here are the orcs on 3 sectors. That is not good. That is not good news for them.
They are struggling to take down this stone pole up at the top middle, but even still, that's this is not how an orc wants to start the game. And so,
No.
even though that experienced lead did go to Saitama, I think Levatus is probably going to be pretty happy with the way this early game has gone out.
100%. Gotta say, the Goblin Warlock is absolute garbage at flag fights, so that is not where you want to be with this guy. If you can go with some kind of hero harassment in the bases, then that's great. If you can go creeping for a fast level 5, that's also good. But flag fights, You just got nothing to damage the flags with.
And they did take down that flag in the top middle, those 2 scoundrels did, so that is available to be replaced with a clan standard if they can get up there. But it would also be just as easy for the Warrior of the Depths to go and replace that immediately with his own flag as well. So whoever gets there first going to get a little bit more territory, which the Orc is desperately in need of right now.
I gotta say, if the dwarves can take over with the Wyverns there in the middle, if they can get all that experience from both, that hero is gonna be freaking busted.
Yeah, we've seen a couple times how much damage can be done with a late game Goblin Warlock, and that might be kind of what's looking to happen here from both sides actually, and we'll have to see who can end up being more in control of those high XP camps, because I do think that will become a big point of power for both sides here. As level 4 gets reached right there for the Goblin Warlock.
Warrior of the Depths is kind of lagging behind in this department, only at level 2, with very few units on the map. Saitama might just get level 5 very early here.
That is looking like his current plan. Not going to quite be able to get it from this camp, but if he rotates up and gets the Revenants that are just north of him, that should put him in a good spot. And that looks to be his plan. That's where he's headed right now.
Yeah, he's also in tier 2 and he's getting a War Pit. So we might be seeing a little bit of actual iron units this time around. Not wargs, but maybe some Hunter Brute. That would be just fine against the dwarves.
Counter creeping going on by the Warrior of the Depths. Now he is quite far behind, as you previously mentioned, has made it only up to level 3 so far. So big discrepancy between the 2 sets of levels there. And I think that's just kind of indicative of this really wide play style that Levatus has taken. Like, he has all of these sectors and he's upgraded most of them, but that's left very little resources for him to train a big army. But if he's able to hold on to them until later in the game, that'll put him in a better spot because he'll have superior map control and ego.
And level 5 or not for Saitama? No level 5. He didn't kill his early creeps. He's missing 3 experience. Sorry, 2 experience, yeah.
Yeah, 2 experience off from getting the level up.
No. He can kill like 1 worker, it's fine.
Yeah. Just run to the top left and kill 1 worker and then run out again. And after that, that stone pole did go down in the top middle, it is going to be Saitama that ends up claiming it first. So a nice extra sector for him to produce troops out of, as, orcs produce units from their sector stations, not from, barracks or stone halls or whatever you have, call them. Oh, here's the workers. Here's the workers.
And okay, that last one will die from the poison.
Level 5. There it is.
Well, Levatus has been warned, so he's coming in. But he's also going to have to deal with that summoned golem. And he only essentially has meta units, so all these axe wielders will be taking the arcane scorching.
Most of them preferring to focus on the scoundrels for the time being. Now they're going to have to retreat that big stomp, lowering the health of a lot of those axe wielders. Now the Warrior of the Depths can do a lot against those scoundrels with spin to win, but he doesn't want to stay in there for too long because there is a level 5 hero on the other side to dish out damage.
Yeah, there it is, he got a little bit of experience from this. Saitama healing up the scoundrel with the healing totem. But with the Inferno Golem going down, oh, it is going down, right? Uh-oh.
Okay, somebody...
Give it a bog. No, he's not doing it. We running away. Oh. Okay, understandable that he was running away. I see it now. Man, Saitama can just resummon this thing now. Well, in a minute, but still. We can have a fire golem versus ice golem fight. That's what we need.
Ooh. Do they do bonus damage against each other? I feel like they should.
That was a thing in vanilla SpellForce, I think, where fire and ice units were like countering each other.
Speaking of ice units, this Ice Wyvern has frozen about half the Dwarven army. They're just about thawing out now, and this should give a nice kick in the pants in terms of XP to the Warrior of the Depths. So he should be up to level 5 after this goes down as well. But ooh, that hurts to see all of them get frozen like that.
Yeah, wasted a ton of time. Takes forever to take this thing down. But there's another one to go for. So at some point, I'm sure we'll be seeing that.
Level 6 actually reached for the Warrior. He's gone up 2 levels. And now he teleports in time just to save this scouting post from the orcs who have arrived. Golem goes down. Spin to win, gonna shred through those poor goblin scoundrels.
That level 6 is sure helping a lot. Interrupt on the It still went through. It still went through the last second. It was too late already to prevent the golem from coming out. But, I mean, the base is still going for Levatus. That's good enough. Look at all those shielded units.
Yeah, when they have that many shields on them, they just kind of laugh at Chain Lightning. That's not a big deal to them. Now, the question is this an overextension? You did have the lead, and those goblins are really clumped up, so area damage from the Warrior is good, but do you really want to try and siege down this scouting post with the whole army here? Levatus says no and pulls back.
Yeah, maybe with the next Disruptor attack, but I'm afraid that Levatus never actually picked up Head Splitter. And Head Splitter level 2 would be able to do so much damage against that frail little Warlock. I kind of would like to see it.
Teleports to the top middle to defend his other frontier post, which is also under attack. Now, it has an upgrade coming in, and it should hit, there we go, Fortified Outpost, which means it's not going down. And if Saitama tries to commit to make sure it goes down, he's going to lose a lot of troops here.
Oh, he is committed.
He's still trying. I don't know about this. I mean, it might go down, but is it going to be worth it?
The repair isn't happening. Levatus doesn't have stone. Still, he's losing so much. Oh my goodness, I didn't even notice that. He's 63 stone in the hole. Wow. I hadn't seen that. Orcs are kind of holding their own, but they are going to get kicked out of here.
A lot of Orcs troops did go down in exchange for that outpost, though. I mean, it was a very valuable outpost. It had been upgraded 3 times, but I don't know. It remains to be seen. Maybe that was worth it in terms of everything, because the dwarves are pretty hurt as well. Not very many of their troops are left either. Yeah,
it wasn't really cost effective, but is it momentum effective, or whatever you want to call it?
Very good point. Sometimes it's not about being cost effective. It's just about keeping your opponents on the back foot. And I definitely think that that was a move in that direction from Saitama, now getting to put himself even further ahead by taking down the Tempest Golem.
Now that's the moment we've all been waiting for. Fire versus ice, let's go.
Oh, I think Levatus knows this is happening. He's got some units in the area. Maybe not. Maybe they're headed somewhere else. Oh no, they're rallied to the bottom because they're taking down the Ice Wyvern. So he will get some counter XP. The warrior is up to level 7.
Well, let's see what kind of medal we get for each. What? Saitama?
The goblin's tied.
You're picking it up, right? Yeah, there we go. We got the Ring of Serenity. That's a lot of extra focus. He's got 14,000 gold almost in the bank, so definitely would like to see him go shopping at this point. It's getting kind of silly at this point if he doesn't.
Get the armor, get a new helmet, get a new weapon, buy a couple potions.
Oh no! Levatus has never equipped his shielding amulet. Never done it.
Oh no!
Well, he's gonna do it now. He's bought all the potions in the world. He's getting fire orbs and weakening orbs. And please equip things. Please don't forget. It would be devastating. Like, this hero is gonna be so powerful if he equips everything. But if not, then this is a potato and he's gonna get sniped.
He can literally gain 20 resistance across the board if he just equips that Moon Silver Curious.
Yep. Another 10 from the shielding amulet.
There
we
go! Yay!
Now, isn't that nicer?
Not really, says Saitama, because he's going to show up to this bottom frontier post and absolutely wreck it. But the teleport in does matter.
Saitama has Noria's command. He bought it from the shop, so that's extra 15% damage on everything he does. Which means the Chain Lightning does 179 magic damage already. Whoa, the Axe Wielders are getting absolutely deleted out of this game.
Yeah, the brutes that have arrived are just countering the sentries and the Axe Wielders hard. I mean, the sentries take 25% extra damage from the brutes, and the Axe Wielders are all right, but the DPS just eventually catches up to you. Which means this frontier post is a goner.
Warrior of the Depths barely stays alive. Unfortunately, the Bound Inferno Golem was not sniped. That would have been very helpful, but yeah, it's still sticking around, and I'm pretty sure Saitama could have resummoned it anyway, so no worries about that.
Saitama has done an excellent job of fighting himself out of the corner he was kind of blocked in. Remember the beginning of the game, he only had 3 sectors and a little crescent on the left side?
Oh yeah.
Now he's got half the map all to himself, just thanks to his kind of just outmaneuvering Levatus. You know, every time Levatus shows his head somewhere, Saitama's somewhere else killing a building.
What is this? Levatus is in tier 3. He's trying to get some Moon Silver. He's going up with the warrior, but he's super out of position. He'll have to teleport back, and Saitama can exploit that by teleporting away himself to really wherever he wants to. Frontier post not getting a repair, but trying to be upgraded. It's not going to be enough.
Another sector falling and going to be replaced by another orc. More and more going to be falling very soon. And it feels like Levatus' back is breaking just a little bit here. He's trying his best to hold on, but with every sector that falls and gets replaced by more orcish buildings, the orc gains more places they can train troops from, as well as additional resources that is going to sustain them through the late game.
He's ending up in the middle of the army. Hunters hunt him down.
That's got to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. That's so much experience going to the goblin.
It gets much worse. This army is full of brutes. We're looking at a capital snipe.
Oh, they're going for it. Oh, they coming.
Everyone is out of position. I am really worried for Levatus here, even with repair, which he can't afford, by the way.
Back. They can't teleport back because the hero's dead.
Oh man, Saitama is going to take yet another game. Levatus survives, but just barely, but this army doesn't care. They'll maybe lose one hunter in the time, not even. And GG. Saitama
Very
is
well
now up
played.
2-1.
Yeah, Saitama at the end there, seeing a tiny moment of weakness and just going for the throat. Very well done from him.
Oh no.
What happened?
My game is 1440p and my OBS has reset itself, but we're good. Alright. In the yellow color, we have got, playing as the trolls, Saitama.
And bottom left, playing in the pink, we have Levatus as the Dark Elves.
So this time around, we're going with the Guardian of Nor versus the Plaguebringer. This is probably the most practiced matchup for both sides, as this was pretty much the meta for a long time. But now the Guardian of Nor is a little bit weaker. The Plaguebringer is also weaker, so it will be interesting to see how these two match up. Spectre cannot chase the hero, so it's just gonna scout the main, see how many hunting huts there are, I assume. There are two. And it's probably not gonna be anymore. They end up meeting in the middle. Spider immediately gets picked off. It looks like this sector is gonna be going to the trolls. The Smasher should have no problems running away here.
Yeah, our first time seeing the Guardian of Nor out today. Going to be very nice to see a little bit of hero diversity for the Dark Elves. We used to see him all the time, so I'm glad that the Reaper has come back into the meta, but you know, you like to see both heroes get used as often as possible. I feel like both the humans and the Dark Elves are in a pretty good place in that regard, where it feels like either one could easily be used.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, the Smasher is slowed, but Saitama is still managing to run away kind of from the Guardian of Nor. Speed difference is just not that big at 15%.
Going to lose one, and now the Heart of the Tribe will start shooting at the Guardian of Nor, but I don't think it will kill him fast enough to keep this Smasher alive.
His speed is coming back to normal. Can Levatus maybe slap a worker? Oh, it doesn't bounce the attack off. Oh man, he tried that soul explosion, but it was not enough, and Saitama Smasher is now regenerating, just ring around the Rosie style. I have no idea how that was able to get away. Is the Smasher actually faster than a normal unit? I have no idea.
That is an interesting... I've never had that exact scenario happen. I'd be interested to see what their move speeds were.
Well, there shouldn't be a difference in theory, but who knows? Oh, we actually got a subscription from Tabif. Thank you very much. I am sorry it didn't display. I am also apparently not logged in.
Guardian of Nor has just gone up to level 3 and claimed a Dark Ensign at the top of the map. Interesting position. Probably not going to stay in Dark Elf control for very long, but At least he has it to show a little bit of map vision and control for the future, which is always very nice. Now has retreated down to the bottom to level himself up even more. Between this and the camp to his right, he should be close, if not at, level 4 very soon.
Yeah, this is looking a little bit rough for the Dark Elves, though, in terms of sector counts. The trolls are definitely making a lot of work happen here, and the Double Smasher coming in won't be able to stop this base, but like they'll be able to put some damage down. That hurts.
Ooh, maybe able to deny this hunting cabin, which you would not get a refund from if they get it destroyed. No, they're going to have to retreat for the time being, but they get a couple worker kills. Not bad at all. And how close does that put Levatus to level 4? Oh my goodness, 30 away. 30 more XP and he'd be there. Worker Killer 2 will do it, but it's actually Saitama who's currently harassing workers. The Woodcutter having to had the bell rung, keep those workers safe in the inside.
Yeah, he's more than happy to take a little bit of damage from like 2 infiltrators in exchange for actually destroying the Woodcutter. But here comes the Guardian of Nor. He doesn't want to mess with that. Maybe the workers outside are an easier target.
Yeah, there are a lot of low health workers that have currently been hit with the curse over by the other Woodcutter. Could potentially look there, but with a level disadvantage, this Plaguebringer has spent a lot of time harassing and not a lot of time creeping on his own, which puts him quite far behind in terms of XP. Almost 2 full levels down.
So Levatus did end up picking the teleport. We've got the full left side tree. The big difference between the last patch and this one is that debilitating below level 2 now does bleeding and it doesn't apply any weakening. So you actually have to get the plague field to get the maximum effect out of Mark of Corruption. Left side no longer self-sustains itself really.
And now taking the Medusas means that there will be a little bit of that difference in XP closed up, hopefully, if you are a Saitama fan. Trying his best to get these cleaned up also, so they'll stop harassing his Stonebreakers, who are over there on the left side. But you're right about the Dark Elf control. Interestingly, that Dark Elf post that was taken in the very, very north has actually survived for the time being. I thought for sure the trolls would just roll up there and kill it and take it for themselves. But it's been upgraded enough that they're actually mining.
Yeah, it's all good, it's all good. There's gonna be a Woodcutter there now as well. And the Dark Elves are gonna attempt to go for this Inferno Golem. I don't know about that, man. That looks tough. Levatus would have to probably shop for some kind of... He's gonna face tank it? No way, man. No weakening here for the Dark Elves at all. And he's kind of taking cleave damage on that Infiltrator. Ouch.
Oof, is gonna lose a couple units to the fire damage of the big Golem. And now the Guardian of Nor is taking a lot of damage, about to take even more. Oof. How many potions does he have? I want to see this really quick. He's out. That was his final potion just taken.
Yeah, and he just got knocked down as well. The Dark Ensign is going to upgrade, so that's going to help a lot. But, very good interrupt so far, actually. Oh! That actually doesn't do damage to buildings. Today I learned.
That is interesting. I didn't know that either. Ooh, he's going to have to get out of the radius of that before it goes off as well. Nope. Oh, interrupt. Okay, good. The interrupt is there. I think Levatus will just be... Oh!
This hero's getting dangerously low.
I was going to say he'll just be able to make it, but now I'm not so sure. Don't go back in. Don't you... Oh.
Very daring. He's level 6 now. Got the one of the least useful ones. Didn't end up using the Godstone here. Just teleports back. I'm not sure I love that. But anyway. Should probably... He's trading it away for a shielding amulet instead. interesting. That's not gonna work out that well. But all is good. Just remember to equip these, please.
We've seen this before. We've been here before. We're so scarred.
Well, with level 6, he's now got Soul Shield. He's got Soul Catharsis too. So he can protect his units from all this plague business. But I'm afraid the trolls are already doing the same thing with the Inferno Golem. Saitama has picked up a skill from Levatus and he's using the guard totems to take this thing down. Worked out just fine. Hasn't lost a single smasher. They're all going to upgrade. Very nice.
Just gonna say, also puts him on level 6. So parity in levels. Now, the Storm Wyvern is what's going to be taken now by the Dark Elves in the middle. I wonder if the trolls take this opportunity to kill the base at the top and claim it for themselves. Because at the moment, if they're able to do that, they'll have much better map control than the Dark Elves will.
Levatus.
Speaking of which, they do kill that Storm Wyvern and take the Dark Ensign in the mid.
Man, he still didn't equip the items, and he's even got the extra ring now. Additional 5 resistances. So he's letting 11 resistances just lay about. And the shield, of course, with the block chance improvement as well. Saitama, at level 6, he's got Tiring Attack level 3, which is a 30% resistance reduction on target. And Plague Disease 2, another 11% reduction. So every armor that the Dark Elf hero has will be nullified here. It's also got Infect Building 2, interestingly enough. That's very interesting.
Not a skill we see taken very often. We did see it once before in the Troll Mirror match, I believe. But yeah, interesting to see that taken. Maybe wanting to keep units coming out during a siege or something.
So let's see.
Speaking of, the base at the top has finally been claimed by the trolls, but in exchange, they have lost the right side sector to the Dark Elves.
Yeah, Saitama remains firmly in tier 1. He's got quite a bit of scrapping going on though, but won't be able to access the middle. That's actually a really big deal because the scrap piles on this map are ginormous. So I believe like they're, are they actually like 500 in the middle? I think so, but you can't see it until Saitama sees it.
Saitama also neglected to actually finish building the banner at the top, and this time I'm not talking craziness.
Oh no, it's actually not finished. Levatus gonna be jumping in, silencing this guy.
I was just gonna say the first time I was wrong, but this time I'm not. Yeah, it actually isn't finished over there. Oh, big explosion of extra regeneration there for all of those Dark Elf units, meaning that these smashers are going to start to fall quickly. Yeah, there are a couple throwers here, but they're pretty few in number.
The immunity is also so useful against all this plague. Saitama's still making a ton of stuff happen though, and the Guardian of Nor is in too deep, gotta get out of there. But Levatus might be able to pick off those scrappers at least.
That's one. Big AoE damage. There's quite a few. That'll do it.
Oh! -5 infiltrators. That's crazy.
And the TP home is secured. But yeah, heavy losses taken there. And now, are they going to rotate? Yeah, they are. They're going to take those Medusae right below the bottom, or the middle right camp.
Yeah, with that many infiltrators, he's going to go pretty quick. And that should actually put Levatus near level 8. Which is a pretty important pickup there. He's only got Deep Waters level 2. He probably needs a 3rd to make all this work. And Plague Field would have been very nice in that fight just now. He equipped everything. He's got 5,000 resources. Or gold rather, 5,600. That's fantastic. Should be able to pick up whatever he wants with that. The Iron Mines are starting up for the Dark Elves, but it's gonna be a while until he can effectively use the iron. He's got one in the middle as well. No sleepers just yet. Saitama is only on 97 population, so he's not too scary yet, but he's gonna be. Eventually.
I'll be scary. Eventually.
Wow, so many of these infiltrators are just going down to the Skull Crushers. Their cleave is terrifying. And the Guardian of Nor is getting heavy resistance reductions as well. Got a not so great Plague Ore, but it still kills 3 of the units.
So many of them went down, and now the Dark Elf army is not looking so scary. Down to 43 supply, half of that of the Trolls. I feel like if they commit, they can definitely take this sector back themselves.
Yeah, at the very least, just the hunting cabin should be taken down here. Huh?
Get in there! The Dark Elf doesn't have anything. You can totally do it. Get in there! Wow. All right, then.
I guess Saitama wants a more decisive win than that. So he's gonna get a bunch of extra Skull Crusher sets, and now he's terrifying. It's all a really quick process.
You sure? He's still very indecisive. Back, forth, back, forth.
Oh, he wants a wall breaker. Right. He could even
I
get
guess that
2.
will help. He does have the money. And this post is gone. The Dark Elf army is completely out of position, and the hero is not near them to help them TP there. So, easy cleanup for the Trolls. No! You're fine! It's 1 Guardian of Nor and 2 Spiders. You got this!
Terrifying, man.
Yeah! Saitama playing extremely cautious right now, and because of that, the Frontier Outpost will be upgraded to Fortified. That's going to make it a lot harder to break this one in the future.
Well,
I feel like that was definitely there for him if he really wanted to take it.
I agree. Trolls are a lot more sector efficient than Dark Elves, so this would have been a fine trade for them, I think. Sleeper makes it out just barely. I think Levatus really should just try to build up as much as he can for this next fight, because yeah, Saitama is not gonna attack into an unfavorable position for wall breakers. Yeah, that's what he's been waiting for.
Hopefully this will be enough to finally break this fortified outpost. The pop's now at 89 for our Dark Elf and 142 for the Troll, so should be in a very good spot. Interrupted are a few of those war breakers. Now the Guardian of Nor getting closer, trying to do as much damage as he can. Now he does still tank quite hard, but once he's weakened, if he's focus fired, he can be removed fairly quickly if he had to be. Saitama still doesn't like it, backing up once again.
Well, he's got 51 scrap. Could make a lot more Skull Crushers.
He's hurting for wood and stone, actually, is what he's short on.
Yeah, it's all about that tier transition. He's in tier 2 now, and I'm sure he's starting to work on these extra shrines to Mugwa. That's gonna be very nice when he can get some magic units out later.
A little bit of a lull right here as both armies kind of repositioning. In fact, thanks to the Dark Elf army arriving, a lot of these shrines to Mugwa are going to be recycled right now for the Troll as they rotate over trying to stop this. They're going to be a little bit too late. Dark Elves should be able to shut all of this production down.
Levatus only now getting his first Echo, and it's gonna be a while until he can upgrade these sleepers to deal cleaving damage.
Oh, this is exactly the direction that Saitama wanted to come in from. All of these squishy, fragile infiltrators ended up right in the path of the Trolls, and that will force them to TP away. That could have been a disaster if they stayed around much longer.
A pick off on the Wallbreaker, maybe? Yeah, there it is.
One sleeper goes down, leaving just 3. And they're all weakened. I honestly think Saitama should have this. He looks really strong right now. A lot of these Dark Elf troops are just infiltrators, and Trolls have a lot of innate range resistance. So they shouldn't be too afraid of them. Still just planning to play extremely careful, doesn't want to throw this away. I can respect that. But also get in there and make it happen, boy. Gonna lose a couple of smashers on the retreat. Got a couple of infiltrators in return, but not too much.
I guess Saitama respected Levatus so much that he's now back in this game.
Yeah. At one point, he had double the supply. Now there's only 30 separating them. 130 to 170.
Which is totally doable. This is a territory where Dark Elves start to really get scary. Usually, it's possible for trolls to be much higher up in the population lead. But, yeah, now the Dark Elves know that they can be a little bit threatening at least. Although this is probably not the fight they want to take.
Yeah, they're trying to half focus the sharp eye of the tribe and half fight the trolls that have come in behind them. Neither of those is going to work out well for them. I think a teleport is absolutely going to be necessary here, or the Dark Elves are going to lose way more than they bargained for. Level 8 comes in for the Guardian of Nor, but that's not going to be enough to save them, I don't think. Look at all of those weakened sleepers in the bottom side, but they're dealing so much bleed damage. Oh my goodness. This actually might work out okay for the Dark Elf. Like, it's not going to be cost efficient, but it won't be the end of the world for him, just because of how many of these trolls are falling. Look at them go.
Oh, Levatus is down to 59 population. This is a problem. As soon as the Skull Crushers start hitting units, they'll also go down. I think Saitama is more than happy to chase. He's turning around again? What? He started to even get Flesh Eaters out now, so, you know, eating some of these corpses that are left around will empower them even more. Very nice job getting the Harvester.
Oh yeah, this fortified outpost is about to become a border fortress, but even still, I don't think there's enough Dark Elf presence here to stop them. Just right-click it and this base goes down, I think. Once again, he backs up. He has 66 total supplies, Saitama.
I guess that Guardian of Nor is scary if you manage to focus down the Wall Breaker. But even so, there's a lot of Flesh Eaters now. Should be okay to just...
For somebody named after the One Punch Man, he's taking a lot of punches to finish this guy off.
Saitama on 163 population. Once those Smashers turn into Hexers, this is going to be a very different game. Or it should. Wait, Levatus has got all the border fortresses. He's working on the last one now. And once that's done, everything is going to go into the Dark Elf army. So long as he doesn't lose bases, he's absolutely golden.
Get in there!
Yep, I'd say he doesn't want to trade into that. Levatus doesn't. Just get those bases rolling and focus on the army. Should be good from there. He's getting tier 3. I don't agree with that. That is way too greedy. But I guess in response to the Flesh Eaters, he's like, yeah, I need the Striders and the Twisted Ones and whatever. I think it might be a moment too soon.
I think Levatus is like, you know what? He's not pushing me. Every time I turn around and look at him, he runs away. So why don't I keep being greedy? What's he gonna do? Because so far, he hasn't done anything to punish me.
Well, this is the most important base on the map now. We got an almost 2-to-1 population advantage for Saitama. I'd be shocked if he didn't attack now. Oh, he's got
massive stun.
Oh, Stomp is so good on those Wall Breakers, knocking down the Sleepers, but Saitama is still losing units in the end. Are we gonna see a Corpse Harvest maybe? Focus fire on the Guardian of Nor coming in. That's a lot of damage. Oh, that's a lot of damage. It's gonna go
Guardian
down.
falls.
Dude, that stomp is insane. Keep slapping down the sleepers to the ground. And now Levatus only has 83 population left. Those infiltrators are gonna have to take care of those wall breakers or else.
Big weakening on everything. Look at it all get cleaned up. The massive swings from those skull crushers. Oh my goodness!
Minus
the explosion we were waiting for.
Minus 40 population. Is that gonna be a problem, I wonder? I mean, this border fortress is getting some amount of repair, but like, there's even an anti-building skill here for the Plague Bringer. That's been upping a lot, and these corpse explosions are just insane. Alright, once the trolls take this over, that's gonna be a problem for Levatus. There is a lot of scrap in the middle here. Once I find it, it's somewhere. No, it's here somewhere. 500 scrap. Yep, there we go. Might as well be a million.
Yeah, he's also losing his Spire of Souls. The Spire of Souls was built here in the middle.
It's got 20 echo in it.
I don't think he has another one.
All that echo wasted. It's gone.
Yeah, that's his only Spire. So he's gonna have to rebuild that. And yeah, that's really rough as well.
Oh, there's two more. In the middle of
where?
In the middle of nowhere.
Oh, I do see one. Yep, in that right side base there is one.
Well, he's trying to make Striders now as well as Twisted Ones. It's just a huge shame that that entire previous army is lost. So they're kind of still remaining on even footing, with Saitama now switching to Bone Hexers and Flesh Eaters only. Even the throwers are gonna upgrade to something. What is it? Where are they going? Oh, Spike Flinger. I haven't seen those in a while. Nice. Well, this is not a sieging army for the Dark Elves, I can tell you that much.
No, they had free reign to wail on that Sharp Eye of the Tribe for a good 5-6 seconds, and absolutely nothing happened to it. It's still as healthy as can be. Now the Troll arrives, daring the Dark Elf to get any closer. Once again, huge population advantage. I feel like the population advantage is going to get so big that the Troll can afford to split their army and force the Dark Elf to react in 2 places.
Yeah, especially with the wall breakers. You send 5 wall breakers at the border fortress, even that is going to go down. The weakening goes down on the Guardian of Nor, but he also gets knocked down by the wall breakers, and that's gonna be that. He's dead again. Striders ending up in huge missed movement there. Oh man, the Striders, 2 of them get picked off. Same happens to the Flesh Eater, but still.
That's a lot of experience going over to Saitama. He now has the XP lead and is just a blip away from level 9.
Man, that's insane. Once he's gonna get this brute force filled up, dude, this corpse harvest is insanely good already, and it's gonna get even crazier.
Those Striders starting to fall, a couple of them very low, getting cursed to death. There's another one going down. There are a few Troll units dropping in response, but they're far less valuable than the Striders. Careful with that Warbreaker in the front, though. He's really low. And he drives.
So long as Saitama maintains this little lead that he's got, you see the Spy Flingers can now slow enemies, so minus 25% speed. Very easy to chase from there. Guardian Nor is back.
Still having plenty of troops for the time being. This border fortress on the right side should fall. I don't think Levatus can really move in to stop them. He might try.
Well, the border fortress does really good damage against the wall breakers at least, so there is that. Will it be enough? I don't know.
Ooh, some bleeding onto a couple of those smashers. Troll's starting to look a little bit beat up. This is an okay fight for the Dark Elves.
Yeah, we're starting to get into that territory where there's enough tier 3 stuff here. Guardian of Nord turning around and getting killed again. Oh, 56 health. Man, that sucks. That's a really awkward spot to be. Gonna start the regen. And the Dark Elf army has grown big enough that, you know, Saitama should feel a little bit threatened, but once he gets out all the upgraded units, like these hitting camps are gonna be pumping out more Skull Crushers and Wall Breakers. He's still got a lot of scrap, although he hasn't touched the middle scrap pile, so I would like to see him go there with at least a few scrappers. And from there, maybe he can work to a Titan, because he's got the Tainted Obelisk now. There's only one on this map, which means the Dark Elves wouldn't be able to have one themselves. Again, very, very nice pickoffs. Just getting a Strider or two every now and then is a huge moment. That's 2 Strider kills, 3 of them. And now Saitama should be able to just keep going and pick off some of the Twisted ones at least.
2 of the Twisted ones fall real quickly. A lot of the Strider, in fact, I think all of the Striders about to go down, except for, oh, there's 2 on the side there. But they're surrounded. The Dark Elves are surrounded. There are Trolls on the left side as well. Going to keep them from escaping. And this is an absolute massacre. There's still 150 pop for the Troll. The Dark Elves have fallen down to 68.
Not sure why, but Saitama even did a corpse explosion. That could have been a nice feast for these Bone Axers, to be fair.
Porter Fortress is going to fall, though.
Oh, I think he wanted to deny the echo on the ground. That's why he blew up the corpses.
That's a cool move. I like that.
Yeah, that's actually very big brain. .64 population to 127. The Dark Elves are still putting out respectable damage with what they've got. It's not much, but it's something. At least they can kill the Smashers.
Yeah, the Smashers are going down, but they're paying in response. Ooh, that was a nice Plague Orb. Took down 3 Striders. There's only 1 Strider remaining. A couple Twisted ones. Another one goes down. If the Guardian of Nor puts a toe out of line, he's going to get focused down and blown up. Just like that.
Oof. Oh, that's seriously very rough. Harvester gonna get a little bit of echo from here, but it's very little, actually.
And now I think Saitama can just A-move into the base and win. Like, there's nothing left here for the Dark Elves. Not really. He's got double the supply. Again, more than now. It's 130 to 55.
Another Plague Orb goes down. Hitting every unit. Levatus is forced to make Tarantulas as he doesn't have any other resources at this point. Oh, that is really unfortunate for him. Not enough sectors, and he's just gonna resign from here.
Match point to Saitama. There's only 1 game standing between him and victory here in the SpellForce 3 Monthly Cup number 4.
yellow color. What could be the last game of this finals? We have got Saitama playing as the Orcs.
And in the left side, in the pink, with his tournament life on the line, as the Dark Elves, we have Levatus.
So yeah, the Dark Elves are pretty good on this map. You can use the Guardian of North's teleport ability to jump over these little barricades and accessing areas that otherwise wouldn't be so easy.
And that is what we're going to be seeing, is the Guardian of Nor coming out for our Dark Elf, and the Goblin Warlock once again for the Orc. So the Occultist, no love for the Occultist today in the Orc camp.
No, he got a little bit of a nerf, and Saitama is immediately leaning the other way. To be fair, getting level 5 on this map wouldn't be very difficult at all for the Goblin Warlock. And the buffed Warg Riders might be finding easy access into the main here. But it looks like both players are just walking across the map.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're looking for in the mid here.
They're just crossing over to the other side.
Oh, I see.
Because there's more bases there, 3 more bases.
And the Godstone going to be taken by Saitama first. That's excellent. Give him a little bit more mobility.
Yeah, he's just deciding what way to go. He doesn't want to enter a flag fight with the Guardian of Nor. So he's making sure that the Guardian of Nor goes the other way.
And he did choose correctly, so he should be able to take several of those bases on the top right side.
And yeah, we've got the usual 5 Lambo Mills, yeah?
Yep, that's the standard opening from an Orc player. Lots of lumber mills, and then a hunting cabin thrown down in the middle there. 2 of them, actually. Our second one just coming up now.
Yeah, well, the Goblin Warlock is going to be able to take down these undead just as fast as the Guardian of Nor can. And we probably got a big macro game ahead of us here, with potentially one of these players flooding onto the other one. It should be Saitama doing the flooding and Levatus doing the defending in normal situations. We'll see how that goes.
It'll be interesting to see if the Dark Elves can hold up against that, because they will take a while to reach those tier 2 units, and you know, without the big AoE damage from the Reaper, I think these scoundrels from the Goblin side will fare just a little bit better. So I think the Orc has a little bit better chance into Dark Elf tier 1 than he would have with a different hero. So this might work out in Saitama's favor.
Yeah, especially on this map, there's a lot of food to go around, as you basically have 2 main bases with 300 meat each. Then there's plenty of other bases.
Then all you have to do is save up a little bit of iron, and to get yourself the upgrade on your Warg Riders, and you've got a really nice, you know, really kind of mid-game army that you can use to take down sectors and really put the Dark Elf behind bars.
Yep, Levatus did start the teleportation game, but he's looked away from the hero, and now the barricade is what he's fighting here. That's unintended.
We also have a Warg Rider in the bottom left killing lots of woodcutters. Worker harass coming in well, and Levatus has yet to notice.
Yeah, 3 workers already down, and he hasn't yet built a barracks here. That's the problem. Okay, Guardian of Nor is gonna jump in through the barricade again, taking down the remaining undead. But Saitama seems to have done just as much progress, just missing one of the outside sectors. So it's gonna allow the Guardian of Nor to go shopping though, and then, you know, going for the next outside base. But I think Saitama is much more interested in the center anyway, for now. He's got enough iron on the inside bases that he's already got.
And he got so many worker kills from one Warg Rider just posted outside the woodcutter camp right there. And he'll even get away with it because he recognizes that the tarantulas are incoming and backs away in time. So very well played from Saitama. Now he's going to rotate his Goblin Warlock over to the right side to pick up some of these undead, get himself up to a little bit higher level, maintain parity with the Guardian of Nor. I like that play.
Oh, you know what the Guardian could do right now? He could teleport up and take the 12 o'clock sector. That wouldn't be the worst. And then he's got a Godstone to go wherever with.
Ooh, that is interesting. Yeah, he would have complete map control of the left side of the map if he should so choose to do that. But it's actually the teleport coming out from Saitama, taking the Godstone to the upper left. Maybe be interested in doing that himself. Oh, he's here for the shot.
Oh, what's he buying? Looks like the armor. Makes a lot of sense. And so far, he's built into just 1 point in Totemic Might for the armored boon. Whereas for Levatus, we just got double brute force, all left side stuff, plague field, and 1 blocking momentum actually.
Looks like a little bit of worker harass done by the Guardian of Nor, but he doesn't take very long before he teleports back out again. And now the Medusa's looking to be taken possibly by Saitama. He's going to pull them away so that he can fight just 1 or 2 of them at a time. He also, I think, picked up a couple of extra heal potions from that that shop that he visited. He has to be careful because this Godstone is still held by Levatus. And if he chooses to rotate through here, he could end up getting backstabbed while he's trying to take this creep camp.
Yeah, that could certainly be rough. Saitama is going to be also reaching level 4 now. So parity is roughly maintained like you suggested he should do before. Are we going to see any further units? So it looks like Saitama just went tier 2. He's interested in those iron mines. He's got quite a bit of food saved up, so that could be the Warg into the Warg upgrade right away.
That does look to be the Guardian of Nor's current objective, is taking the Medusas on the left-hand side closer to his base. And now the 12 o'clock middle base is going to be cleared out by Saitama. He may, chooses to place down the clan standard there in its place. So he will have a great source of black ash for the late game if he should need it. And honestly, it looks like both players just kind of content at this point to go their separate ways and level their heroes up, leave things to the later game because they're not interested in fighting right now. They'd rather get up to level 5, get those big abilities going online, and kind of just eco up.
That population explosion though for Saitama, he suddenly just... Now he has 22 Scoundrel, and I guess he's gonna keep pumping.
Maybe he's reached the point where he's ready to go for a push. He wanted to get a little bit of map control, get this eco running, and now that he has the Inferno Golem from the Goblin Warlock, he's going to just straight go for Goblin Scoundrels and just rush into the Dark Elf base.
Wait, he's researching the Blood of the Horde, so we're going to see Hunters and Brutes.
Interesting.
This is not a war game.
That is very strange. But, I mean, I'm happy to see something different out from New York. Feels like the Warg has been focused for most of the day today, so that is nice to see a little bit of a change. He's also put a lot of time into these Goblin Scoundrels if he plans on shifting away from them. But, hey, you know, they're always nice to have a little bit of a meat shield in front of everything. And now, ooh, he's found the perfect spot. He's going to backstab the Guardian of Nor while he's trying to take these Medusas. Oh, don't go in. Why are you going in? Oh, goodness. Well, he will get a little bit of a heal off the back of that. Dark Ensign goes down. And the Golem's starting to put serious hurt onto the Guardian of Nor. The curse is good.
Yeah, in theory, this Guardian of Nor should be able to do a lot with the slaps, but thing is, the Scoundrel seems to just out-heal him right now.
Yeah, that heal coming in clutch.
He went so wide on the skills, man. Like, we don't have Solar Explosion level 2 even.
I feel like we've seen a lot of success today from Goblin Warlocks who kind of go for a more support build versus damage build. It's a little bit interesting, but it's really come in clutch a few times for people who've gone for it. Gonna take back the middle control.
Wait, Levatus wants more levels? I kind of think he needs to protect his sector. This could bite him. If he loses the middle, Saitama will be able to just constantly keep going after bases, one after the other. This is too many bases to leave to an orc. Yeah, he gets a really good surround. Levatus does not have the units to hold not a single infiltrator on the map right now. Maybe there's two on the map. Just at the back there, actually. But still, this is tough stuff with the hunters and all.
I don't know that... Are they going to get this? This is a lot of Orcish troops going down, and the frontier post still has a little bit of health left. I'm not sure.
Maybe if the golem helps, it's currently just slapping spiders. That's not quite right.
I think they will get it, but it's going to be very costly.
Yeah.
I mean, these are just scoundrels, so I guess it's okay if you lose some, but still. It's immediately like turned around and replaced again with a Dark Ensign, so... Some value was gained here, I guess. Oh, no, no! The Orcs keep it. The Orcs keep control, and that means they have a free reign. They've got an entire crescent full of Dark Elf bases they can hit wherever and whenever they please, and the Dark Elf has to run the long way around to get to each place. It's going to be a nightmare for him trying to defend.
This next wave of units is making it even scarier as Saitama reaches 8 hunters and 2 brutes. This is going to be a problem long term. There's a lot more pumping coming as well.
Yeah, there's 146 Orcish pop compared to the 47 of the Dark Elves. Only, unlike our last game with the Trolls, it appears this time Saitama is not afraid to go for the kill. He is definitely headed forward now.
Yeah, I kind of feel as though... Oh, he actually gets hit by that Wyvern. Nice bait. Border Fortress is coming up. Can Levatus hold here? It's going to be very tight.
There's a lot of extra interrupt there, and the Wyvern has actually aggroed onto the Orcish troops, so that's a small boon in the favor of Levatus. The Golem might be going down, but I think it's been so long since that was summoned. Yeah, he could just... Yeah, another one right back. Boom. That's a lot of hard work he did there, killing my Golem. It'd be a shame if I just summoned another one immediately. Border Fortress definitely going to fall, and there are no Dark Elf troops. They have 53 population on the entire map right now.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. The Border Fortress is going to be taken down. 172 population. This is just the Orc train doing its thing. The Goblin Printer goes burr?
Goblin Printer goes burr, yeah. And now there is a segmented Dark Elf base in the top, and then one in the bottom, and they've been split in half, which is going to make them difficult to reinforce. Levatus is in real trouble here. I think if Saitama wanted to, he could just punch down this barricade and go straight for the capital. Like, what's there to stop him?
Actually, nothing. He can actually just do that. This is really tough for Levatus. Best he can do right now is build up his army count and hope to save one of those bases. Gets back his hero. Can he buy anything for the hero? He's got a revitalizing ring and 5,000 resources, so fire orbs would be in order, I would say, but no time for that. And the Border Fortress is just going to get surrounded again by Scoundrel.
This has got to be Levatus' last stand. Like, if he doesn't hold here, I don't think he holds at all. A lot of Goblin Scoundrels are going down, but there's so much pop here. 200 out of 200 for the Orc. Like, at some point, it just raw numbers are going to win the fight, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And Levatus doesn't even have the Whirling Blades upgrades for the Sleeper, so without the Sleepers doing area damage here, the Scoundrel is going to go to town.
And Saitama has the perfect opportunity to force a fight here, because Levatus, he says to Levatus, either fight me or I'll kill every single building you have and then I win anyway. So there's no way for Levatus to buy time and play this out in a longer game. Like, he has to fight now, and he just doesn't have the numbers to do so. Down to 32 population right now for a Dark Elf player. Guardian of Nor very hurt, having to run away as they look up to clean up another of these sectors and replace it with an Orcish banner.
Yeah, the
Ooh,
last
bleed on the
final
Guardian.
units here. This is kind of brutal. Guardian Nor chugging the last of the remaining potions. But he's going to be going down. And with that, Levatus is going down. Saitama wins the tournament 4-1 here.
Once again, Saitama is our victor of one of these tournaments. And that was incredibly well played. Levatus gave it everything he had, sticking around until, I think, after most folks would have thrown in the towel, especially in our final game, but it just proves to be too much. The Orcish horde is overwhelming, and Saitama is your victor.
We want to thank our MetaPlays website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. As we reach higher subscription goals, you are helping us cover more and more behind-the-scenes costs, such as video editing. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.